Covering news where you live. This is 5 News.
Well, election season has kicked off in the natural state with the March 5th primary now less than 2 weeks away. Registered voters have until March 2nd to avoid those long lines that may come with primary day. According to the Secretary of State, early voting can look different depending on which county you're registered to vote in. One notable race for 5 Country is that between Congressman Steve Womack and State Senator Clint Penzo for the House of Representatives. This race for the district includes Bentonville, Fayetteville, and Fort Smith. Despite it being a general election year, the 2023 Arkansas Civil Health Index shows that the state has one of the lowest voter registration and turnout rates of any U.S. state in national elections. To combat this, some counties are trying to make it easier for its citizens to get out and vote.
One of the reasons we've done the 18 early vote sites is because we're able to have early voting across the county distributed more evenly. So some of those locations may only be open for 3 days, but the idea is that if you do live in the city of Lincoln or if you live out in Sonora, there's actually an opportunity for you to early vote and not have to wait for election day.
Well, meanwhile, a group aimed at creating a Black historic district in Fayetteville has crossed another hurdle. The city council voted Tuesday to allow the mayor to sign a petition agreeing that the Yvonne Richardson Community Center and all city buildings in the proposed area would be included within the Black historic district.
It's good to know that there hasn't been any pushback from any of the residents in Fayetteville. Everyone has been super excited and very open and looking forward to seeing the Black Historic District become a reality in South Fayetteville.
Well, the group does not have an exact number of signatures that they need just yet, but he says that they're looking to bring a formal packet with all signatures included to the council in May. And supporters of a petition to expand medical marijuana access can now begin collecting signatures. Arkansas's Attorney General approved the ballot. The Arkansas Medical Marijuana Amendment of 2024 would allow more healthcare professionals to prescribe the drug. It would also vastly expand the conditions that marijuana would be allowed to treat. It will need more than 90,000 signatures by this summer to make it to the November ballot. Happening today, 33-year-old Michael Thomas is expected to be in court. He's facing charges of second-degree murder and possession of drug paraphernalia. Thomas is the man suspected of killing 37-year-old Sonia Corbin at Seven Hills Homeless Center in Fayetteville. The police report filed says that the murder was caught on video and describes that Thomas stood over the woman's body before covering her in a blanket. We'll have any updates that come out of the courtroom for you here on 5 News. And we'll get to more news in just a minute, but first let's get a check of that weather with meteorologist Zach Scott. And Zach, it's shaping up to be a pretty good week.
Oh, yeah, it's been a great week so far. We do have a little bit of a cool down as we wrap up the work week, but it is not a major one, that's for sure. Temperatures in the 70s and 80s across 5 Country today. We've got some added cloud cover. South winds are picking up for us. We're going to see gusts 20 to 30 miles per hour. Northwest Arkansas, 20 to 25 miles per hour. In the River Valley, you'll get some stronger winds in those higher elevations. All right, this is a rain chance coming in tonight out ahead of a front that comes through the day on Thursday. The cooler air will really be in place Friday, and then we'll rebound through the weekend. Out ahead of the main system, we've got some energy pushing through. Going to kick up some spotty showers and thunderstorms northeast Oklahoma, southwest Missouri. That's been the more favorable spot for this. Not a big thing of rain on a wide area here, but some spotty showers and thunderstorms. We do expect them to get going. Nothing's changed. Better chances just to the north of us. So we do got to watch out along the Missouri border from Gravette to Bella Vista to Pea Ridge to Garfield. Can't roll out a shower or a thunderstorm overnight. As we go through the day tomorrow, that front will come in. We've got some moisture, we've got some lift, and we've got a chance for some spotty showers. Not going to add up to a whole lot. Not everyone's going to see rain, but we'll have that chance as we go through the day. After that, we're drying out. We'll be in the 60s on Friday. We're back into the 70s as we go through the weekend.
All right, thanks, Zach. Well, there is a warning from the Arkansas Department of Health about a small rise in tuberculosis cases across the state. This comes after a case of TB was reported at Harbor High School in Springdale. 5 News reporter Kayla Davis spoke with an expert and explains what you need to know to keep your family safe.
Tuberculosis is still present and prevalent here in our state. So we need to be very cautious and careful about dismissing this disease as a disease of the past.
Tuberculosis is a respiratory disease that spreads through the air. If left untreated, it can be deadly.
It was a big problem in the US 100 years ago, and in Arkansas especially, till about 40, 50 years ago. We had TB sanatoriums here in Arkansas with thousands of people in it.
Dr. Naveen Patil, the medical director for infectious diseases at the Arkansas Department of Health, or ADH, says as of 50 years ago, the disease was brought under control with fewer than 100 cases throughout the state every year. But in the last few years since the pandemic, the state has seen a substantial uptick in cases.
During the COVID period, their contacts were not screened or tested, did not come forward. So all those people who did not take preventive medications at that time, they are now coming up with active disease now.
Late last week, ADH sent this letter to staff and students who came in contact with the infected individual at Harbor High School. As ADH tests close contacts, Dr. Patil says parents should not be worried.
I just want to reassure all parents in both the high school and the middle school where we've had this case. We are testing them out of abundance of precaution, and only those people who have received the letters need to be tested, not the entire school. Again, if there is anything else that we find that is of concern and more people need to be tested, we'll let you know.
Well, the doctor there says after 14 days of treatment, students are no longer contagious and can go back to school and other activities. Springdale Schools says that they're following the health department's guidelines. Well, thank you for joining us here today for the latest news and weather where you live. I'm Jo Ellison. Catch up with us again tomorrow right here for more.